So the WNY practice, we want to set goals for our life, and there's always a conversation going on in our head. Sometimes we look at a blank canvas and we're like, hey, what are we going to create today? And when I use the words, wouldn't it be nice if, and I complete that sentence, it directs my energy a little bit to, hey, that would be cool. Hey, that would be nice. Whether it's, would it be nice if dinner was amazing and we just had a peaceful time at dinner? Sometimes I ratchet it up. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a miracle right now in my life? It just starts to like open doors to the positive energy flow in your life. And I know it seems like a small thing. It seems like a small little word, a small little phrase, but I call it an energy director. If you can say that to yourself as your default, walking into a room, waking up, you start to direct your energy to a positive vibration. I call it the hashtag WNY Effect. And so I just wanted to invite everybody to make WNY part of your daily lexicon, to wake up with a little bit of WNY. And sometimes these voices, there's an unconscious voice in the back of your head. Sometimes you might go into a conversation and there's, oh, wouldn't want this to happen, or this, here we go with this, but just practice that. Wouldn't it be nice if? I promise you that if you make that kind of your default self-talk chatter, you'll start to notice this. You'll start to notice that the WNYs come true, and you'll start to notice that it'll start to cast a little bit of light on the tiny shady spots in your life. WNY is a miracle. It really is a miracle phrase. And if you start playing with the word, you'll start to realize that it's almost like saying, God, please be with me right now. It's just in this nice, unimposing, casual way that really the energy behind that is, let's bring some light into this. And so I just want to invite you guys to become WNY freaks and practice that, play with that, see how it goes for you. They're energy directors. This meeting, we're now calling it energy casting, because this is not a goal setting meeting. Like, this is not for goal setting. And this is not to remind you of your goals. When we do our energy casting on Saturday, you're actually making an investment. You're an energy investor. Your primary function as a human is you're an energy investor. And when you actually look at your goals and you reinforce them, there's two things that we do in this program. Saturday is meant for two things. One, to make an investment into the life God has for you. And when you energy cast, you look at those things that inspire you, and it makes an unconscious investment into how your life's going to be. There's a conscious and an unconscious investment into your energy goals. And actually, the unconscious investment is the bigger one. We think that if we're not consciously working on something, we're not making progress in our goals. But when you've looked at, it's the red Mustang effect is what I call it. The red Mustang effect is when you're going to buy a red Mustang, you haven't bought it yet. As soon as you've decided to buy it, you start seeing red Mustangs everywhere. Hey, there's one. Hey, there's one. And when we know what we want in our life and we've started to put some energy in that container, your unconscious brain is already making solutions. Even if you haven't started making plans for that one, it's already making solutions. And it's got a more powerful engine than your conscious brain. Your conscious brain is a flashlight. Your unconscious brain is the sun, guys. And so it's casting light. That's what WNY's about. I'm going to use a little bit of hyperbole today. And Tuesday, we're going to be taking some of this program and we're going to be packaging it all into a journal that runs our entire life. It's the Anti-Overwhelm Journal. When we start putting it in this journal and you wake up and you've got your journal to run your leap year on, that day, the only thing that's going to be in front of you are the things that we've scheduled for that day, and that's it. You won't be looking at all 7 baseballs coming at you. We call this the visionary operating system, okay? I'm so excited to tie it in for you guys because overwhelm is something that we've all dealt with. It's something that can absolutely, it's like it triggers our body to fight, flight, or freeze when we see that overwhelm. And so we're going to tie it in at the beginning. Having those 16 positively charged energy containers is what I'm calling them now, is the most important thing that you will do this year, maybe in your entire life. And thinking about it, straining about it, is going to start having them come to fruition. So the first goal you can put on there is to have my 16 positive charges written down and in front of me. Okay, it'll be at the front of your journal like this one. And every day you'll glance at them and reconnect with them. And again, it's not to remind you, it's not to put pressure on you, it's to make a small investment into that thing. There was one that I had put on here that I haven't made plans for in my being category, that I play music, sing, or dance daily. It's just something that I wanted to be part of my life. I knew that it would connect me with a certain energy. And I noticed the other day, I was like, man, I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks and I hadn't even made plans for it. It just was there. I hadn't even noticed. A lot of these things come true. You also may have one that is on there, you realize your dream is bigger for it. So there's 2 ways we practice getting these 16 positive charges. One, reasonable goals. Wouldn't it be nice if I had some safety in my relationship? How do you quantify that? Wouldn't it be nice if I spent an hour or 20 minutes every day just being a safe space for my wife, not judging it, not reacting it, not making her story part of my story, just 20 minutes of doing that for my wife. Now you got a specific goal for it. So they got to end up being specific. Let me share some with you guys. A body and a style that inspires me. And I would look at that every day and I think, what would that be for me? Because I want to have a body and a style that I look in the mirror and I just feel like that encourages me. So the other day it came up. I was like, wait a minute. I would actually really like and feel good dressing like that. So if you see me wearing all white and hoodies, you'll know that I feel pretty good in all white hoodies. I teach kids daily about God and we do service together. So I wanted to bring God into some daily conversation with my kids. One for my son is that I have my son weekly in my life, every week. He lives in Texas. Is that going to be impossible? No, it's not. So I don't even know how that can happen. It would be, but it's going to happen. So put these on there. Every day, you don't have to just read through them. You're going to glance at them, give an energy deposit into that investment container and see what it looks like, reconfirm that it's there. You're just going to glance at them every day, once a day. We don't create our dream life without having these energy containers first. It just doesn't happen. It just absolutely doesn't happen. And so that's the requirement. And so take it seriously. Treat these 16 energy containers. If they're not on here, they won't happen. And that's just the truth of it. It's having a human experience. Doesn't matter what you call it to me. Doesn't matter if you're atheist, agnostic, a believer. We're all sharing a human experience. We're figuring out what we're supposed to do here. We've got a relationship with our mortality, our human experience. We're here. And I just want to let anybody who is maybe not religious know that's okay. To me, we're all just calling it different things. If there's an eclipse of the moon in South America, they say like the wolf is eating the dragon or something. If there's one in Japan, they call it something else. They're all seeing the same crazy thing in the sky. They're using different words to describe it. We're all having the same human experience. We are all sharing this together as brothers. All right, so here we go. The energy casting, our weekly review and course correction. This is about making investments into that container, guys. 16 positively positive charges. That means that whatever we put on that page is going to be positive and not negative. I worked with a man recently and he came up with this big long list and there were things that he needed to get done in his life. But when he finished that list, I was like, whew, that sounds not that exciting. There's a place for that. It's just not in your visionary operating system. I used to do it to my team as well. I had a team and we created a software and there was just a big long list when I needed a new thing done and that list just never ended and they had just burned out. And so what we did is we created little sprints. This week, it's just these things and we celebrated getting through it. Boy, saved the team. That team was burnt frayed because it was just an unlimited list, an infinite list of things. So we're having 16 on there. They're positive, not negative. They're additive, not subtractive. That means that it's not just a problem we solve, it's something that is created into our life. It's not something we're taking away, it's a creative thing. Very easy for a man to become a problem solver. We solve problems. My dad was a mechanic, so it was even worse. He solved anything, right? He solved everything. But sometimes outside of solving those problems, we don't really know what we want. We don't really know what would make us exciting. We're so tied up in making other people happy to make us happy. Sometimes we can slip into needing to manipulate things to make other people happy, that it becomes a manipulation. Sometimes, I know that was me. I needed other people to be happy for me to be happy. If my wife wasn't happy, my world would fall apart. I revolved around her happiness to make me happy. And so we got to figure out what's going to make us happy. We can't really lead as a father and as a husband unless we really know what that is. The last is that it's specific and not generalized. As you play with the idea, the more specific that thing becomes, the easier it's going to be to create it. So more and more specific. The red Mustang effect, that's what we talked about earlier. I'm going to buy a red Mustang. You haven't even bought it yet, but you start seeing them everywhere because it's on your mind. There's a lot that can happen in your unconscious brain. Every time we write that down, we have a glance at it, it's actually doing something, not just a reminder, right? It's not to make plans necessarily. It's just to open up that container and relish in what it feels like. Every goal should contain the circumstances, right? Whatever is going to come to fruition, the thing that's going to be true, and also the feeling that's going to be connected to it. Because ultimately, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the feeling to change. So we need to identify what the feeling is and what the outcome is. So every one of these positive charges has an outcome connected to it and a feeling that's connected to it. Every energy container we use here. The conscious and unconscious brain is going to be at work for us. So where are we investing our energy this week? So we're all going to have a journal that we're running it out of. It's going to be a life-changing way of running your life. So we're going to have 4 goals for each area of life. I recommend that you start your energy casting with a dear God or a dear self. I want you to know. And just allow yourself to speak and think and write to God. And ask yourself this week, what was the lesson that we learned? Where were we allowing our focus and energy to flow into places that didn't serve us, that didn't serve the plan? What places ended up being challenging? Think about where that single lesson is for you this week. And what course corrections are you going to make so that energy and focus gets put into the right place? Something happened during the day. Is there a time where we needed to give some Whitney to the situation? I recommend it, guys. If you're a leader or a business leader, you're walking into a meeting, ask yourself, Whitney, what would be nice in this meeting? Going to dinner. You're waking up and whatever's going on, start with some Whitneys. Where can we get it going? This week, we're going to go to war for your best interests, for your family. Give it a name. Maybe the name is simply what your area of focus is going to be. Maybe you can get creative, right?